Hey everyone, welcome to It Tastes Different Gaming Appetizers. And this is the Game Awards Part 2, or Part 2. So in this one, we're going to talk about the games, or some of the games that were announced. Now, there's a huge list of them, and you can check out the link down in the description below to get to the entire list. But we're just going to go over some honorable mentions. I'll just go over a few things that they talked about that I think are kind of interesting. Babylon's Fall. They didn't show that during the awards. I think it was during the pre-awards section. But it did have a trailer, and it did have a release date coming out in March on PlayStation and PC. And that's that one by Platinum. That's that kind of 4-player co-op action adventure game. So that might be an interesting one to check out. They're making a multiplayer Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. So they showed that off. I'm assuming it's going to be like Dead by Daylight in the Friday the 13th one, where like you have the Chainsaw Massacre guy and everybody else is trying to escape. I assume that's going to be the same concept. I haven't really looked into it, but I'm pretty sure that's probably it. Let's see here. Quantum Dreams, makers of Heavy Rain and Detroit Become Human and stuff like that, are making a Star Wars game called Star Wars Eclipse. It had a pretty cool trailer with the Blue Man Group, and it was pretty neat.
Yeah, real quick. It's a really interesting developer for a Star Wars game.
It'll be interesting to see what they do with it.
It'll definitely have an interesting narrative going through it, because that's one thing that company does is they bring out some crazy crap, and their stories and stuff are always interesting. But nonsensical sometimes, but they're always interesting. So let's see what happens there. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's fine. Interject whenever you feel like it. So they did have they showed off Final Fantasy VII Remake, and we're all excited that it's going to come to Xbox. Even though we've played it, we own it on our PlayStations, and we've already beaten it. But I would like to play through it again on Xbox. I want to play it through on both. But we're hoping that's what it was announcing, but really what it was announcing is it's coming to PC to the Epic Game Store. So whoop-de-doo. Moving on from that. The original Silent Hill creator is making it. He formed his own studio, and he's making a game called Slitterhead. I always want to say Slitherhead, but it's Slitterhead.
It's Slitterhead.
Slitterhead.
Like slit her throat, Slitterhead.
Except for it's
Slitterhead. I don't even think there was a space.
No. And it's a really weird trailer, is it not? It's super weird.
It was really cool. The near the end, you get this shadowy image of like a BDSM transformer. I don't know what you want to call it. It was weird.
Yeah.
But I'm really, really excited for it because huge Silent Hill fan. Huge.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. So it looks weird, but it almost had kind of like at the very beginning kind of vibes of Parasite Eve, just a tiny bit. And I thought that maybe this was going to be a Parasite Eve game. I got my hopes up, even though that Square Enix, I believe, owns the rights to Parasite Eve. But I was just like, maybe they gave it to this dude and he's going to make a Parasite Eve game. But it's not. It's a Slitterhead. So yeah, that's an interesting one that came out of left field for sure. Sonic is coming out with his own open world game, Sonic Frontiers. So another open world game, and this time with Sonic the Blur. Yeah,
that one. I'm done with open world, guys. Sonic is cool. Big Sonic fan. Love Sonic. Always have. But open world Sonic, man, you really been Ubisofting the crap out of this, and I'm done with it. I mean, when Pat saw the trailer, he was like just about to lose his shit, because here's another open world game that does not need to be open world. It's wow. But let's see. I mean, they might pull it off, or they might choke to death.
They've had more strikes than hits, but we'll see what happens, especially for poor Sonic. Cuphead's DLC that was shown off like feels like years ago now. finally was shown off again, and it's getting got a June release date. So
Yep.
this time it's got a release date, and it looks really cool. I like Cuphead, so yeah, it looks cool.
Yep, just disappointed that it's still not online co-op. You bastards. Just gonna put that out there.
Tiny Tina's, which we already knew, they had a Tiny Tina's Wonderland had a new trailer which looked really good. The Forspoken got a release date. I don't remember what the release. It was March, I want to say. May. I'm sorry, May 24th. So May 24th for Forspoken. It's a PlayStation 5, and I'm not sure if it's PlayStation 4. I think it's PlayStation 5 and PC for that one. So that's cool. That one looks interesting. I'm not sure if I'm really digging that one, but it looks interesting. Dune is getting a new RTS. If you didn't know, Dune already had a strategy game a long, long time ago. And so that's cool. It'll be interesting to see if it's any good. What else here? Anything else that GTFO?
Alan Wake.
Oh yeah, yep. Alan Wake.
Alan Wake 2
announced. It's going to be a survival horror this time.
Yeah, and it's going to be in 2023. So way to get hopes up, and then I'll forget about it in a year. So that was stupid. Thanks, guys. But I am excited for it. I really am excited for it. But Cinema Saga, they showed gameplay in the trailer, excuse me. And holy crap, that looked good. Just wow. I was really impressed. The original is gorgeous in its own right, but I was really, really impressed with this one. And I believe, Nick, if I'm not wrong, it was a next gen only. It's not going to be running on, Xbox One unless you stream it. But
yes, from as far as I know, it is only Xbox Series X and S and PC only on that one.
Gotcha.
Yep. So, I mean, those were all the big ones. They did have some other little small ones that they showed off. They did show off Horizon Forbidden West again, which looks really good. Can't wait to play that one. They did show off the Suicide Squad game. That looks good.
We got more understanding of what's actually going on there too, which definitely go check out that trailer because I'm kind of excited for it. 4-player co-op. We've already figured out who's playing who. I want to be King Shark as a shark. So
I'm going to be Captain Boomerang. So, and then they showed off Elden Ring. They had a new trailer for Elden Ring, which I'm all ready for. So, but other than that, those were the big hits. I mean, they did show off some smaller titles, some titles we already knew about. A lot of titles that there was quite a bit of titles. There were some ones that we didn't know about, but there were quite a few that we did know about already. And then some updated, some titles that were just changing release dates or, getting a trailer with a release date or just a new trailer.
Reminding you we're still here.
Reminding you that it's still there. And I guess that's pretty much it. The only last thing is Xbox Game Pass for PC does have a name change that was announced at the Game Awards. Now it's I think it's just called PC Game Pass, I believe.
Game Pass PC,
something like that.
That's how cool it was. We just can't remember. Yeah. So great.
They just got rid of the name Xbox on it, pretty much.
Yeah. Now the one big thing, the whole theme of these next gen releases that I caught was everything's starting to look next gen.
There was a lot
to look good.
Well, and there was a lot on there that were showing off that were only next gen titles.
Yep.
At the bottom it would show only PS5 and Xbox Series X, S and X, and no Xbox One or PS4. So there was quite a few that had that at the bottom.
And I'm honestly happy to see that. I know it's really rough right now, people trying to get new consoles, but it's God, some of these games looked fantastic. There was the another game that was announced. I don't know if you brought that one up, Nick. It was see if I can find it real quick. Crap. Dying Light 2 looked good, but that's not the one I'm thinking of.
I don't know.
Crap, I can't find it now. Somerville looked really cool.
Yeah, Somerville, they did show that off last year at E3.
It was that one. It was like at the very end. Crap, it was like a cooperative thing. It was open
the Arc
worldish. Arc Riders, yes.
Yeah.
That one, definitely check out the trailer for that. Even if you're not sure about the gameplay, the visuals on it were just stunning. So
yeah, it looked like a co-op, like open world type thing. It didn't quite, because we thought it may have been 3 players, because they showed 3 players quite a bit through the trailer, and then at the end there was like 6 of them there. So
herd of assholes.
Yeah, so we weren't quite sure if this is going to be like some sort of MMO type style or MMO light, with a big collection or like a fairly large collection of players in an environment, or maybe those were just NPCs and it's maybe like a 3 or 4 player co-op. They also showed off another game similar to that co-op style, which was that one with the lady in the Asian lady, and then she was in like a Victorian area with the monsters and stuff. I can't remember what that was called, but that was called Nightingale,
yeah.
That one, I think that one's PC only. That one, or at least for now, that one looked kind of interesting. You seem to go through these stargates basically and time travel to different areas and fight monsters and stuff. I assume that you're doing that for probably loot in order to craft certain things of that nature. I don't know if there's an actual story behind it. They try to make it show kind of a story in the trailer, like there is a reason for this group of individuals, but the way it kind of ended with a huge group of people and they're all in different outfits and with different guns and various things, it almost seems like more of a kind of like a shoot and loot type of game. So
yeah. Now, one thing not game related, but game related was they showed a teaser trailer for the new Halo series that's going to be on Paramount Plus, which seems kind of an odd place, but hell, let's roll with it. Everything in the trailer looked good, except for, to me, I think the Chief's armor looked more like cosplay than it did like a budgeted series kind of a thing. Now, granted, it was just a teaser. I'm sure they'll make changes like they did when they fixed Sonic's damn teeth. So maybe we'll get lucky and it'll give it a more metallic metal feel to it. So, but I'm excited to see what they do. I mean, I'm really wondering who is going to do the voice for Master Chief. I mean, granted, he's not a big dialogue guy, but you really got to get the guy who does them in the games. Can't think of his name, but I want him because I swear to God, if they bring in anybody from the Avengers to do it, I'm going to be pissed. I want that guy's voice because you don't get that voice anywhere. You can't have. Who's the guy doing Mario's voice in this freaking next animated movie? Chris Pratt. Yeah, if he's doing it, I quit. I quit the world. I don't quit.
I want Mr. T to be Master Chief.
Yeah, I pity the grunt.
I don't stand in line.
That's right. But
yeah, that looks cool.
Yeah, I mean, it is going to be canceled. We all know that. But the new Saints Row gameplay looked pretty cool, so excited about that. Always love me some Saints Row. Although I'm disappointed, there's no GAT in this one. Gotta love GAT. Nick, what did you think about the Among Us coming to VR? Since you not only have PlayStation VR, you have Quest 2 now. I'm sorry, your son has Quest 2 now.
Yeah, which is Meta 2.
Yeah, Meta
Quest 2. That's what it's
called.
That's
right. That's right. Stupid
I don't care.
Facebook name.
I know what Among Us is. I played it maybe once or twice. It's a fun game, and it's in the idea of like, if you were to have a group of friends to go through it, it would be really fun. It's just kind of a deduction type game, you're trying to figure out who the killer is. So yeah, it's a fun game. As far as going to VR, I don't know. Sure, why not?
Yeah. Now, there's a show called The Expanse. Pat's always telling me to watch because I'm a big sci-fi fan. I have very limited time, so I have to pick and choose new shows. Um, Telltale is doing an episodic game on The Expanse. If you're a big fan of the show, let us know because I haven't got a clue what the show's about. But I am going to get ready to start watching it. Apparently, it's coming up on the last season. But Telltale is an interesting company. They make interesting decisions in their games. So the only one I really liked was the first Walking Dead setup they did. I really enjoyed that, but I'm a huge Walking Dead fan because, why not? So I was really surprised that, some of the developers to the games this year is really interesting. I mean, the new Star Wars game being made by, what's their face? Quantic Dream. That one's a really interesting take. This Telltale doing an episodic game on The Expanse. And like I said, I don't know what the show is exactly, but from what I understand, it just seems like it'd be a really odd thing. Here's that. And Nick, I cannot believe you did not bring up the game that just had Pat just going for Wonder Woman. The game.
Yeah, Monolith is creating that, which seems weird, but I like really Monolith. I wish
Middle
instead
Earth's fantastic.
I wish instead of Monolith making a Wonder Woman game, I wish they were making a new Fear game. That would be awesome. Based on the first Fear, not the third one or anything.
Yeah, the third Fear was crap.
It wasn't as good. But based on the first one or the second one, but definitely based on the first Fear, that would be awesome. But they're making a Wonder Woman game, so that'll be interesting to see how that comes out.
Yeah, it's honestly, I'm kind of surprised of all people because, why they didn't just go with Rocksteady. I mean, I know Rocksteady's working on.
They're busy with the Suicide
Squad, but I mean, what are you really going to do with it? Just lasso people and beat the shit out of them? I mean, I don't know. I really have no idea how the mechanics are going to work in this thing. Do you get the invisible jet?
Maybe.
I'm
going to assume that Cheetah is the bad guy in this.
Girl.
Sorry.
Cheetah's a girl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Unless you watch the last Wonder Woman movie, then God knows what the hell that is. So
it was probably an actual cheetah.
It was an actual piece of shit. So, but
it's the most interesting thing is them deciding to make a Wonder Woman game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's cool, but that out of all the I don't know. I guess out of all this, I guess they've made enough of everybody else that why not make a Wonder Woman game? Do you remember if there ever was a Wonder Woman game before?
No, not a single player kind of thing. But I mean, there's been plenty of Justice,
multiplayer ones with her in it, right?
But I mean, so many other DC characters to pick, so many other Justice League characters you could pick. I mean, to me, a more interesting choice would have been the Flash. Which I think they could do really well. I think Green Lantern could be an awesome one, really good. Because Green Lantern has, if you go to the Hal Jordan Green Lantern, has a really good backstory and everything. Hell, even Cyborg. And it's not anything against Wonder Woman. I love Wonder Woman. I think Gal Gadot is fantastic for Wonder Woman, but just game now, I don't know. It just doesn't really register.
They didn't really show off much of anything, so it's going to be one of those things of we'll just see how it looks when they actually do show off gameplay and stuff. I mean, it was really short, like CG of just Wonder Woman behind this black background. That's pretty much all it was. So we'll have to see when the game starts to come to fruition and see how the gameplay is and stuff. It might be a pretty cool game. We'll just have to see.
It might. I mean, hell. I mean, Batman caught a lot of people off guard. I mean, when it first released, but let's see what happens. Warner Brothers isn't going to piss around with a big name like that, so they probably got something good in mind. Yeah,
we'll see what it comes out with. But I mean, I think that was pretty much it. I mean, there were some other titles that were showing off and stuff, but like I said, you can check the description down below for the link to everything else that they showed off there and talked about. Shane, do you have anything else you want to add before we wrap this up?
No, except for quit announcing crap that is coming 2 years or more away. Because
quit announcing stuff coming out in February.
Yes. Yes. For the love of God. February is full. Stretch this shit out. Just
so
a
many
little
games
bit.
coming
There's
out in
so
February.
Many. February is gonna be rough. I mean, I may have to quit my job and my family.
Like the first quarter of 2022, the first quarter, like that, just that first quarter of the year, there's so many games releasing. It's insane. Through the February, March, May, June, all the way up to that, there's just so many games coming out, and I think January as well. So it's going to be a hectic. I mean, everything got pushed to just right there after the year. So, but
we are going to start a GoFundMe to help help us get through this tough time of games.
Yeah.
So any amount of dollars will work. So unless it's for a Sony game specific, then we need 70.
Yeah, for sure. But all right. Well, thanks everybody for listening. Thanks everybody for watching. And make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with new videos that we do all the time. And thanks again. See you next time, everyone. Bye-bye.
See ya.